MS Dhoni roped in to give a facelift to the NCC. Former Indian cricket captain MS Dhoni is part of a committee constituted by the Ministry of Defence for a comprehensive review of National Cadet Corps to make it more relevant. The committee is headed by former Member of Parliament Baijayant Panda. The Ministry of Defence said Dhoni has been associated with the Indian Army and also holds the honorary rank of Lieutenant Colonel. Mahendra Group Chairman Anand Mahindra is also part of the committee that has 15 members. Other members of the committee: Olympic silver medalist, retired Colonel Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore, Member of Parliament Vinay Sahasrabudhe, Member of Parliament Sanjeev Sanyal. MS Dhoni now in the news once again, as he has been looped in there. Remember, lately we've had other reasons why we've been discussing Dhoni and his role as mentor, but now roped in to give a facelift to the NCC. He's part of a committee constituted by the Ministry of Defence for a comprehensive review of the National Cadet Corps to make it more relevant. The committee is headed by former Member of Parliament Baijayant Panda, and Dhoni has been associated with the Indian Army. As we know, he holds the honorary rank of Lieutenant Colonel. Mahindra Group Chairman Anand Mahindra also part of the committee. It has 15 members. The others include Olympic silver medalist, retired Colonel Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore, Member of Parliament Vinay Sahasrabudhe, Member of Parliament Sanjeev Sanyal. MS Dhoni roped in to give a facelift to the NCC. Once again in the news, he's going to be part of a committee to review the NCC and make it relevant. So big news coming in for you on your screen there. Shiv is joining us live on the story. Shiv, Dhoni has been associated with the army, of course. Now he's being roped in to give a facelift to the NCC. Share with us how significant this is and, a little bit more about the committee and what it aims to do.
Abha, this is pretty significant because, reforms and a revamp of the National Cadet Corps has been in the offing for many, many years now. And even though India is used to having committee after committee and, that in itself doesn't really inspire much confidence. But the composition of this committee is very interesting. You've got very, very inspiring figures like Anand Mahindra, on the panel, a cricketer MS Dhoni, who, as you just pointed out, is an honorary lieutenant colonel of the Territorial Army, is also going to be on this panel. He interacts quite a bit with the army and the armed forces, so he will have genuine inputs. Jay Panda, a leader of the BJP, is going to be one of the senior members of this panel. He's going to lead this panel. Colonel Rajyavardhan Rathore, silver medalist from the Olympics, formerly of the army, now a minister, is also part of the part of the BJP, is also going to be in this panel. So it's got a youthful sort of profile. It's got people who are at the forefront of innovation. People like Anand Mahindra, whose social media handles constantly have tweets about innovation and harnessing and harvesting the power of India's youth. So all of this is going to be extremely good, and I hope that people like Anand Mahindra, MS Dhoni, and others will also be available to interact with NCC groups across the country, apart from putting in their recommendations, because as per se a committee itself is only one thing. We've seen so many committees in this country. It's the implementation and the ideas that are generated by these committees, and to see them actually get into the root of reforming the NCC, that will be huge. And if it comes to revamping the NCC to make them more about nation building and contributing to society in a bigger way rather than just march pasts and things like that, it's going to be a really big thing.
Absolutely. And he's of course been involved with the army. He's trained with the army before. He has that experience, that insight, and it's an interesting committee, as you also mentioned, Shiv. The constituents with Anand Mahindra also going to be part of it. Other key stakeholders and personalities that will also be involved. What is this going to do in terms of really driving the NCC to the next level, and the timing of this? Why the focus really to now revamp it at this stage?
I don't read very much into the timing of it because, like I said, Abha, this was, reforms of the NCC have been in the offing for many years, more than a decade. In fact, there have been proposals, to look at a kind of wide-reaching and far-reaching reform and revamp of the NCC. It's a pretty old organization, dates back many, many decades, and therefore to give it a sort of modern turn, more responsibilities, a sharper, leaner structure, a greater way to plug into, everyday life. NCC cadets are, are already amazing because they already have the kinds of skills to pitch in during natural disasters and help out during, during humanitarian crises. So, that the basic stuff is already there. Now it's about creating a new avatar of the NCC and sort of crafting it and shaping it for a more modern ethic, more modern responsibilities, sharper, leaner, faster, that kind of thing. I think that's going to be what this is really about, Abha.
Absolutely, and a slew of reforms that the government is also looking at undertaking across segments. Thanks so much for joining us, Shiv.